Hi everyone, Sandra Vale here at Homesteading Ways. And I just wanted to share some updates with you guys, some things that are going to be changing a little bit around here in the upcoming months and the rest of the year. Okay, one of the first things that's going to be impacting Paul and I is that he has to get both of his hips replaced. And the first surgery is going to be coming at the end of February. His right is worse than his left, but they both need to be done. And he'll have to recuperate for 3 months before he can get the next one done. So that's going to really limit what he can do around here. But he's already kind of limited, and he can't really work because it's just too painful. And his walking and bending and stuff like that is really limited already. Okay, so that leads up to another area of our life that's going to be changing pretty quick here. I put out a video at the end of September called, I think, A Very Sad Day, and that was about my chickens and why I had to give them up. And I bring that up because that's how the rest of this started. Well, that was when the town came and told me I had to get rid of my chickens and whatnot, and I don't want to rehash that whole thing, but that's, they told me that, and then coincidentally, a little over a month later, we got notice that they wanted to buy this house and land in order to put a road through. We live on Carter Street, North Carter Street, and they want to put a road through here so that North Carter Street connects with South Carter Street. So right now you kind of have to go halfway through the town in order to get there. And we don't own this house. Paul's father does. This is my father-in-law's house and land. Paul and his dad bought a small hobby farm a few years back so that his dad could move there. It's about 3 hours west of here, to raise larger goats and horses and other animals like that he couldn't do here. So we decided we would move here. We still have one child living with us. He needed to finish high school, so we were going to stay here until we decided where our forever home was going to be. And that turned out to be our off-grid cabin, and we needed to be here until September of 2017. So that would have worked great for Paul with his hips and us finishing up all the touches on the cabin. But now with the town saying they wanted to buy the house, it was kind of good for his dad in the way that then he didn't have to find renters or sell it to somebody else when we moved in September. So his dad told him, yeah, he was open to it, and they just had to make sure that we could stay here until that time. Well, a couple weeks later, they sent people out looking the house up and down, the land, all of that. And then a week or two after that, they sent surveyors here. And they got back to his dad a week or two later saying that everything looked good, and yes, they did want to buy. And they just needed some more surveying done to be sure. So it was super cold, unusually cold, when they sent people out here in, I'd say, mid-December. And they were here 3 days straight, 8 hours a day. And the wind chill was 10 below or more. So it was not an ideal day to be spending that much time outside. And they surveyed every little piece and parcel of this land and the house and whatnot. And the following week, maybe a week and a half after that, it was a day or two before Christmas, he got his offer in the mail. And one thing was they lowballed him big time on the price. But the second thing was that they wanted to close on January 31st, and they had decided that they didn't want to rent it to us until September. That was verbally agreed upon because they said it was too much of a liability, and therefore we needed to be out by closing January 31st. I just couldn't believe it. I was freaking out. I'm like, there's no way I can pack up this house, the garage, the barn, the trailer outside, I mean, all kinds of stuff in the middle of winter in Wisconsin. I mean, nobody moves in Wisconsin in the winter. It's just too cold. Everybody stays hunkered down, and there's very few houses, apartments, anything like that available anyway. So I really didn't know what we were going to do. That was on a Friday that he got the paperwork, and he called us and told us all this. That following Monday, he got a hold of the town board, the president of the town board, and talked with him. And they said, fine, they'll let us stay here until April 1st. Now that was a load off of my mind. You know, I had plenty of time then to, you know, get done what I needed to get done. I'm still not entirely sure where I'm going to go, because we'll only need it for 6 months. Not that many people want to do a 6-month lease, and I have to find somewhere that'll take my dog and my cat. We can do without the rabbits. We can get, his dad will take them, and that's really the only livestock we have left anyway. So we'll have to put a bunch of stuff in storage, find somewhere to live from April to September, and probably move fully into the cabin October. I mean, technically we could live there right now. It's doable. There's still small things I want done. We want it as completed as possible by the time we get up there. But with Paul and his surgeries, on the other hand, it's really not doable, because he needs to be close to the city in order to have his surgeries done and to do his rehab. Plus, going up and down in the cabin is not a good idea, because it's on an incline, and then there's steps going up in there. So it just really would not be an ideal situation. So anyhow, some of the stuff here we will move directly to the cabin. I have those big 55-gallon totes outside that I plant in every year, and last year I did a lot of herbs in there. I also planted rhubarb, strawberries, stuff that I eventually wanted to put up at the cabin as perennials and whatnot. So I think we're going to have to move that ahead of time, and I'm just going to have to figure out a good watering system for it. And Paul plans on getting the pole barn built up there as quickly as possible, and if he can't do it entirely with his own 2 hands, he is fortunate enough to have people that can help him. So that'll be good, and we can put some of the stuff in there. So for the most part, Paul is going to be closing up shop, his business down here, and we will be looking at different ways of generating income up there at the cabin. It's a completely different area than here, but Paul has always been a fabulous worker. I mean, if he wants a job or starts a business, he goes full force, and it usually works out great. So we're pretty optimistic about that. We're still feeling really good about the cabin. We're still dreaming about it, and the things we want to do, and actually solidifying some of our plans. We are getting older though, and we do have a few health problems here and there. Nothing too major. But when we were considering our livestock, we need something that's not going to be terribly labor intensive. Plus, we don't have a lot of land up there. I mean, we have 5 acres, but a lot of it's wooded, and so we're not looking at getting anything big. And I think we're pretty much going to go back to birds. We've done a lot with birds in the past, and it's probably what we're going to stick with. We've raised everything from chickens, ducks, quail, pheasant, and I think there were even some partridges thrown in there. We've done other animals too, the rabbits of course, and we'll have rabbits again too, because they're not a lot of work. But this go around, we're probably going to be with chickens again and ducks. We might throw some guinea hens in there, because there's a lot of ticks up by them trees, but we'll see. I've never raised them before. I know they can be very noisy, So I'm going to talk with my 1 or 2 neighbors up there to see if it would bother them or not before we decide to do that. Paul wants to also raise some more partridge. So we're looking forward to that. We're figuring out where everything's going to go and how we're going to do it all. So that's kind of cool. And that kind of leads into this little announcement I have. I thought it'd be fun if I could bring you guys along a little bit more on the journey of what we're doing. So I'm going to be posting more videos every week, probably 3 a week. Sundays I'm going to pretty much dedicate to kind of news and updates and let you know what's going on. Wednesdays, when I still post at 6 p.m., those are still going to be kind of how-to tutorials kind of videos, little projects, or recipes, canning. I mean, just all kinds of stuff like I've always posted. But I'm going to post on Sunday and one other day, I haven't figured it out just yet, where I'll bring the camera along on the things we're doing every day and show you guys how we're trying to, I guess, move from here mentally and physically from where we are here in this homestead and at this point in our lives, and transfer into this summer into a new house, or spring into a new house, and then again into the cabin come fall. So I thought you guys might want to, come along for that little trip. And we'll have a lot more videos too on the cabin. We'll show you guys more of what we're doing, even though some of the stuff is little. They're not big projects, they're smaller things. But it's kind of interesting, and I thought you'd like to see it. But anyways, I look forward to making more videos. I really enjoy talking with you and updating you guys on everything, and Paul will be in more videos too, so that'll be fun. Let me know in comments if there's anything in particular you would like to see us do a video on. If you have any questions, put them in there. One of the upcoming videos, we will do a question and answer session if you like. Put some questions down in comments. You can go to our Instagram and put questions you may have in there, and we'll address them in an upcoming video. So anyhow, it was really nice talking to you guys. I appreciate the time you always take to watch these videos. And like I said, comment, subscribe, hit that subscribe button, that would be great. Visit the website, homesteadingways.com, and check us out on the other social media like Facebook and Instagram and Pinterest. It was nice talking to you, and you take care.